this is the best exercise for shading faces, and by the end of this video, you'll actually know how to practice. So your faces won't be flat, will be much more interesting, and you'll actually enjoy practicing shading your faces. So I've been drawing for like a year and a half now. I've made decent progress, and I just want to share all the stuff that I know with you so you can make much more progress faster and easier. So I remember when I started drawing, okay, I started my journey, I was scared of shading because every time I shaded my characters, the painting was ruined, and you know, it looked garbage. So you can probably relate to that. So you just finished your sketch, and now you have your flat colors and everything, and you get to shadow, and you just finish your shadows and see that the character now looks garbage. So that's why I was avoiding it, because you know, I didn't want my characters to look garbage. And I know that for us artists, it's really intimidating and tricky to actually draw shadows, but also it's very rewarding. And to be honest, with this exercise, it's pretty easy to actually practice it. And yeah, so yeah, my drawings were garbage, my shadows were garbage, and I actually wanted to do something about it, okay? Because you know, love it or hate it, if you want to improve your art, you need to learn to actually shade your drawings. And maybe you have an art style where you don't shade, or you have like really simplified shading, okay? So I mean, even then, if you have simplified shading, you still want to practice it. But yeah, basically, if you want to improve, you gotta, you know, learn the basics of shading. And actually, I've made a video about it, how to shade, okay? So go watch that. But yeah, I started to shade my drawings, okay? At the beginning, they were pretty garbage, okay? I just wanted to actually delete them, okay? Like, don't do that again and stuff, but you know, I gotta stick to it, so in the future I know that it will get better. And it did. And you know, I started to actually feel good about my shadings. And yeah, I realized a way of practicing that is much more enjoyable, and it's faster and just better. And at that time, after a couple of practice sessions, I actually realized that at that time I've made the most progress I've ever made when it comes to, you know, shading my characters. So I just want to share the way I practice shadows. Okay, so your characters will look much better. And yeah, so first I'll tell you just basic stuff, okay, how to practice and stuff, and then, you know, actually what you need, what tools you can use, because you don't need those tools, but they're pretty helpful. So yeah, and if you're serious with becoming a better artist, what you can do is get my private coaching. And also this month I'll be dropping a course about drawing faces, so you know, you can go and get that. And if you don't like it, you can always get a refund, so you know, top link in the description below. But yeah, so this is a painting I'm doing right now. It's not finished, it's like 3 hours deep into that, okay? And yeah, so yeah, but here you see a simple shading of a face, okay? But yeah, why would you want to add shadows to your characters? So first is, you know, it gives depth to your character. So let's just have a lot of layers here, okay? It's a mess, but yeah, because I'm always experimenting with a lot of stuff, so that's why it's 3 hours. Basically, I had a sketch in 1 hour, so you know. But yeah, let's go to, so yeah, let's take the shadow. You see, it doesn't look bad, okay? But with shadows, you see depth, okay? You see, it's more 3D, it's more realistic looking. And you know, don't look here, because it was pretty fast. I mean, the face shading was also fast, so, but yeah, with that you can get a basic, you know, overview of a depth, okay, of perspective and stuff. So that's why I want to, you know, put shadows on your characters. And also it helps with establishing mood, okay, like it helps with telling a story, and also it's much more interesting to look at, okay, with different shadows. Obviously it's like a, you know, one tone shadow, okay? So now how do you actually practice, you know, shadows? Because you know, there's a way that you can just take a photo, okay, take a reference photo and try to, you know, paint the same photo. But what I do is a little bit different. So now we're in Photoshop, okay, and what I do is basically I do this. So that's the best way, because I think that that's like 80% of, you know, your shadows, okay? Obviously here you can go and full render it, you know. Here I was practicing shadows and colors of a skin, so I wasn't, you see that those eyes are off, so I wasn't really focusing on proportions. Like this part here is probably the most important, because it's a base for our shadows, okay? So with that, you can actually go and make a more defined, more rendered shadows. And yeah, add all the ambient occlusion, ambient light, the, you know, core shadows and stuff, cast shadow and whatever. But yeah, so that's why I want to actually focus on this exercise. And yeah, so let's just actually do ourselves one. And basically, you know, here you don't sketch, okay? You can sketch, but it takes too much time. So what I do is basically I take a brush, and here, okay, we don't really focus on making it pretty, making it, you know, proportionate, accurate, okay? We just want to like quickly, you know, draw shadows, okay? So we can take whatever color we want, to be honest. Maybe this, okay? And for shadow color, I'll go always halfway and more saturated and into more reds. So yeah, that's a good shadow color. And if you want my brushes, you can go to my free Patreon and download them, okay? But now, okay, we have this, okay? We have our two colors, okay? Our focus is not to make it pretty, okay? So first, we just take a photo, a reference photo, okay? And we just try to recreate it, okay? And we do that with basic shapes. So let's make a simple face, okay? So here we have a simple, you know, shape for our face, okay? And what we do is we take those two colors, okay? And we establish the light source. So we can maybe look at a reference photo and let's say, and from this side, there will be a light source, okay? It will be like half lit face, okay? So now let's quickly do some shadows, okay? Let's start doing shadows. Let's make a new layer, okay? And let's, okay, here will be the eye sockets, okay? Something like that. And try to make it simple shapes, okay? Don't like do, I don't know, like something like, okay, nose here, I don't know, like there's this, okay, like try to actually make like big shapes, okay? Like there will be our side, that, okay? And basically like here is a nose, and we can obviously check if the proportions are right, okay? Whatever you want to do, but I won't be focusing on that. And we just draw shadows with those two colors, okay? We don't blend, okay? You can do you can blend those stuff at the later stage, okay? But I don't do that. I mean, I do that sometimes, okay? If I'm, you know, I want to. So now let's make shadow for our eye, okay? Like maybe there is a shadow, okay? So maybe like some, and so let's say, I don't know, maybe it's more like that, okay? So let's make something like that, okay? I like this triangle here, okay? And so let's make a cast shadow of our neck, our jaw, okay? There's like a form shadow, okay? There's cast shadow, form shadow, okay? And we have our basic shadow. The main purpose of this exercise is to just make a simple shape for a shadow, okay? Is to break down the shadows, because if you look at the, you know, the complex photo, okay, what it is basically like a lot of ambient light and a lot of like ambient occlusion, like a lot of shadows, small shadows everywhere, okay? And we just try to break them into one big shape, okay? Group them into one big shape, like here, like you see one shape here and one shape here, okay? We have glasses, and I just want to go and refine that, but okay, we cannot do that. The main purpose of this is to make a simple shadows, okay? And I think here I've made it a little bit too complex, but yeah, whatever. Like make those simple shapes, like here's a straight line, okay, here's another straight line, okay, here's another, okay, being maybe here, okay, there is the Cupid's bow or whatever, okay, there is a lip, okay, there's something like that, another lip, there's an under lip, okay, there's a cast shadow from upper lip, okay, and you see it's a basic shadow, okay, but you still see a face right here, okay? You know, we only use two colors, and that's really the purpose of it. So now let's just go quickly over this. So now what you need is two colors, okay, basic rough shape for our face, okay, whatever. Now take a color, okay, and now do the shadows, okay, as simple as you can, okay? So group the shadows into, you know, into pretty big shapes, okay, like here and one like here, okay. Obviously you don't really need that, but it gives much more, okay, depth to this. And yeah, obviously you can smudge it, okay, you can make those blends here, okay, maybe here, but like it's not the main point of it, okay. Just put those big hard shadows and yeah, make it as simple as you can. So now let's talk about the tools that you'll need. And obviously this is a simple front view, okay. You can do side view, you can do from below and stuff, whatever you want, you just practice it. But yeah, what you can do is also you can just make it grayscale, okay, and stuff, and you can even go later and refine it, okay. So add the core shadow, let's do something like that, okay, bing bong, let's go here, bing bing bong, okay. Bing bong, go to the I don't know, like take this, okay, and you can put here the ambient light, okay. You can refine the lighting however you want, okay, but for me like the simple one is completely okay. And obviously you finished one, you go to the next, you go to the next, you go to the next, okay, and do I don't know, like you saw it's really quick, okay. So you can do like I don't know, like this one in 3 minutes or whatever, maybe 1 minute even, okay. And if you do like 50 of them, okay, your knowledge about shading your characters will be pretty big. And imagine if you did that daily, okay. Now for each day you'll do like 20 of these, okay, so you get like I don't know, like 140 in 1 week of shaded faces. But now let's go to the tools, okay, and there's like a couple of them. So first thing that you'll need is basically like a reference photo, okay. You can go on Pinterest, you can go whatever, Google Images, or you can take your own, okay. Then you'll open the PureRef and just drop the image here, okay. And here you can just take a reference photo, try to recreate it, take another. And another tool that I use is this, okay. It's pretty PogChamp to draw faces. So here what you can do is take the lighting that you want, okay. So let's say let's do the same that we did, I don't know, like this, okay. Take a screenshot of it. Obviously you can put it on the other monitor, but whatever. I like doing this because you can now rotate it, okay. So go back here and we have our a shadow, okay. And you can obviously refine it, but what I do with this is sometimes I have like different angles of my characters, so you can rotate it. And yeah, that's pretty good. And also you can actually combine that with my time practices. So put that into the gesture sesh, okay, and like put like 100 of like reference photos, like your screenshot from that in different angles and stuff, okay, different shadows, ambient light and stuff, and you can combine that with those practices and you'll go really quick through them. So that's really how I actually practice my shadows for my faces, okay. So you see here, obviously those were pretty while ago, okay, so I can draw much better now, obviously, I won't lie. But yeah, so yeah, so if you're interested in improving your characters, okay, in drawing your characters, what you can do is you can join my school where I can give you private coaching. I'll do in this month a course about faces, how to draw faces, okay. So I'll basically go from like the simple stuff to like the more advanced. I'll give you all the exercise, I'll give you like how I literally do that, okay. And yeah, so you can join that. And if you don't like it, you can just refund it. Now if you liked it, if you enjoyed this video, you can go to my socials, my Instagram, my Twitter, and you can see my art. But also you can like this video, subscribe and comment. Maybe you can give me topics for the next video, okay. So yeah, thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one. I don't know what will be about, but I'll see you there. So bye.